afternoon. We, collectively in this room, have all studied leadership in some capacity. We have read the books. We have watched the webinars. I save leadership quotes on my phone. I'm fascinated enough with leadership that I earned a master's degree in organizational leadership. But what does it all mean, and how do we put it into practice? When I started my master's program, I studied all different styles of leadership, and I wanted so badly to be a transformational leader. A transformational leader has individuals who are hanging on their every word. But let's be real, that is not my life. My employees and my coworkers are not listening to my messages on bated breath. They are not going out and changing the world because I gave them a small nugget of inspiration. That is just not reality. I'll give you a little history about my career. I've been with the Omaha Fire Department for 26 years, and I've worked my way up the ranks. But I had a significant moment of self-reflection in 2010 that solidified my leadership style. I had just been promoted to the rank of battalion chief, and I was supervising 20 to 25 people, and it was significantly more responsibility than I had previously held. Now, the battalion chiefs that had been my role models in the late 90s and early 2000s were very masculine, burly men. They were loud. They would often yell to get action. And that is not who I am as a person. I am naturally soft-spoken. I communicate differently. I can yell, and I do, but it's going to be at a fire scene where things are loud and a little bit chaotic. Under normal working conditions in a fire station or in the office, I communicate in a different manner than my role models. So I had to ask myself, how am I going to be accepted into this new leadership role? How am I going to fit that mold of a battalion chief? I knew that if I tried to mimic their leadership styles, it would not be genuine at all. I've seen women in the fire service who tried to fit in with our male counterparts by mimicking their behaviors, and it doesn't come across as natural at all. So I made a conscious decision, and after weeks of consideration, I just decided to be myself. I would make decisions based on our collective bargaining agreement, our contract, and by department policies. I would eliminate the perception of subjectivity by simply following the rules, and those rules were already established for me. This made leadership easier for me, and honestly a weight had been lifted because I didn't have to act like a battalion chief. I would simply follow the rules. And everybody already knew the expectations. So when personnel issues would pop up, and they always do, I would have difficult conversations. What I didn't know in 2010 when I made this decision is I had just defined my leadership style. I am an authentic leader. Fast forward in my career to 2017, I had 20 years of service with the Omaha Fire Department when I was promoted to the rank of assistant chief. I was the first female to hold that rank. I was one of 4 assistant chiefs who are second in command of the department. Essentially, I could help make big changes within the department but still fly under the radar because I was not the final decision maker. But I was leaning in, and I was learning everything I could about leadership. As the previous fire chief's career was winding down, I reflected on my own future. Do I want to continue to making a difference as an assistant chief, or do I want to take that next step and try to become the fire chief? I calculated my options, and I asked myself, just how much do I want to be leaning in? If I were promoted to fire chief, I would be able to demonstrate to young women in the community that not only can you have a career in fire and EMS, you can be successful. I would be able to directly shape the future of our department with our core values and data-driven decision-making. And most importantly, I'd be able to show my daughters, who are 20 and 18, that you can be successful, women can be successful in non-traditional roles while still being authentic and genuine. If I had opted to remain in my role as an assistant chief, I would still hold the record as the highest ranking female in the department. Nobody could take that success away from me. However, I do like a challenge. I do. The issue that I could not stop thinking about was, if not me, then who? If I, as a high-ranking female in the department, do not go after this promotional opportunity, who is going to do that? I can name a dozen men on the job who would be very good fire chiefs. But when would there ever be a female fire chief for the city of Omaha? Based on the job requirements, the current females within Omaha Fire's ranks would not be eligible to test for that position for another 10 years. So I made a decision. I put myself out there. I sought out mentorship. I requested difficult assignments. I asked to be included in projects and opportunities that would help me learn, all while maintaining my authentic leadership style. On March 24th of this year, I was named the first female fire chief for the city of Omaha. And I have 5 quick takeaways. Number 1, I had incredible mentors throughout my career. Please be a mentor to others. Tell others, especially young people in your organizations, when you see them doing a good job. Number 2, when leaders from different backgrounds are authentic, we improve diversity within the leadership roles of our organizations. More of the same is not always the solution. I did not achieve this position alone. My family sacrificed so that I could lead at this level. If you've seen, my husband is an Omaha police officer. I have coworkers who perform at exceptionally high levels, and together we produced successful programs and projects, and I got to claim a small portion of that credit for my resume. Number 4, working outside one's comfort zone always leads to growth. And finally, recognizing and bringing focus to my own abilities as an authentic leader allowed me to find success while removing the stress of acting like a leader. I wish the same for all of you. Thank you.